since the 3GS. I did not like him. I didn't like him. So he's got the Galaxy Watch and the Galaxy Ball and the Galaxy AirPods fully in Android now.
Yeah, you gotta pick a path, right?
That's
One or
right.
the other. I mean, you know,
That's right.
I don't think you can dabble. It's all in one or the other.
Can your phone unsend messages?
I don't know if it can or cannot unsend messages. I've never, thankfully, never been in a situation where I was trying to unsend a message.
I think I did have to do that.
I don't. Yeah, I'm not even gonna. I don't
We're
know.
not dating?
I don't know if we're streaming or what. So I'm not gonna say anything.
That was.
Yeah, no,
He's
I-
streaming.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Flash alert.
Yeah,
That
we're
was-
not saying anything
Yeah,
yet.
that was.
I'm not even gonna make any
I'm not
comments on
lying
that.
Yeah, that's funny.
The time? Yep. We can go ahead and get started. All right, good afternoon. This morning at 2:23 a.m., Tuscaloosa County Sheriff's Office received a call from Hale County Law Enforcement advising that they were in pursuit of a car, or a truck actually, northbound on Highway 69 North, and that the person inside the car had been shooting at them. Deputies got in the area to provide assistance. They joined the pursuit, and the pursuit went through the city of Tuscaloosa and into the city of Northport. The suspect stopped at a business at Bridge Avenue and 5th Street in Northport. Once he stopped, he began firing at law enforcement. He actually then exited the truck and continued to fire at law enforcement. One of the deputies returned fire, striking him, resulting in his death. The man that was killed is Matthew Matherson. He's a 30-year-old white male that's a Hale County resident. He does have a violent past and is well known to Hale County and Tuscaloosa County law enforcement. Officers did an excellent job, performed with professionalism, and at this point in the investigation, everything appears to be justified. Of course, as in every case like this, everything will be presented to the Tuscaloosa County Grand Jury, and the investigators involved from violent crimes were all members of agencies that were not affiliated with Tuscaloosa County Sheriff's Office.
Captain, getting back to Hale County, any idea of why he started shooting at Hale County folks in the first place? We keep hearing report that this all started when he tried to burn his girlfriend's house down.
Yeah, they responded on a domestic incident at a residence that he was affiliated with, and I don't know the details, so I can't really say exactly what happened, but that is the reason for their contact. And Hale County is familiar with him and have had several incidents with him in the past.
Given his violent past, is this someone who should have even been able to have a gun in the first place?
I don't know enough about his past. I do know that he was charged with violent felony here. I don't know the disposition of that case.
How many total shots were fired between law enforcement and him, and then just Mr. Matherson?
I don't know the exact number, and those details that were still early on, everything is still under investigation. Those are some of the details I can't exactly give you. Law enforcement didn't fire many shots, I think 2 or 3.
Now, you said that he was well known to Hale County and Tuscaloosa
Yes.
County law enforcement. Can you elaborate on some of his previous charges?
Right now, that's not something we would release. That may be something we can release in the future.
To piggyback on what Avery asked, are you able to talk about, if you know, how many shots did he fire at y'all? Just him?
I don't know at this point.
More than one?
Yes.
You guys had the call a little bit before 3 this morning. At what time did you guys end up at that body part shop in Northport?
Ooh, I don't know the exact time of arrival. I can't tell you that for sure.
Was he too just on 69 the entire time and then gets off that historic Northport exit, or was there a bunch of routes and turnarounds during that period?
I believe it was mostly on Highway 69 from what I understand, and then getting off at Northport.
Did he by any chance when it all ended and before the shots were fired, did he scream anything? Did he say anything?
Not that I'm aware of.
And you may have already answered this, I'm sorry, or were there any injuries to any officers?
No.
I saw there was a Greensboro police car out there this morning. Do you happen to know why Greensboro police was there as well?
They apparently joined the pursuit. I can't tell you the exact circumstance why they were involved, but there were multiple agencies involved in the pursuit.
You sort of already alluded to it already, but based on your years of experience, including you, Hayes, does this appear to be a clean situation, if you will, from the deputy's point of view?
Everything appears justified at this point in the investigation.
And the deputy that actually fired the shots, is he under any kind of, is he on leave or anything during the investigation?
Those specific details would be answered by Captain Kennedy or someone else with the Sheriff's Department. As far as also, everything will be given to the Tuscaloosa County Grand Jury. Our job in this is to gather facts and present those to the Grand Jury. They're going to make the determination as justified or not, but based on what we've seen so far, it appears justified from our standpoint.
Could you spell your first and last name for me, please?
Yes, Marty, M-A-R-T-Y, Sellers, S-E-L-L-E-R-S.
And your job title?
Captain.
Do you happen to know how many Tuscaloosa deputies and police officers were involved with this pursuit?
I don't know the exact number, no.
What about
Hayes,
the
can you
deputy?
comment at all on the criminal history aspect? I know that the suspect was charged in a 2016 attempted murder here in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, I actually know less about his history or anything. I was called this morning and came over to look at the video. Anytime there's an officer involved shooting here, you know, I mean, lots of other cases as well, but they always get us over here to look at things, yeah.
What does it look like when your defendant is deceased, but it gets presented to a grand jury? I mean, how does that work? Who represents them?
So there's not, so the grand jury, the defendant's not present anyways, you know, and here, the grand jury's purpose is not to look at Mr. Matherson and his actions, right? It is instead to look at law enforcement and their actions and say, was this a justified use of force? So,
Any idea what the grand jury will get this case the earliest?
so that'll depend on how long it takes to get the investigation complete, but as with all of our cases, you know, within approximately 2 to 4 weeks of us receiving felony pack, it'll be presented to the grand jury.
Captain, what about the deputy himself? How is he doing, or she, emotionally?
I haven't talked to him since the initial contact this morning, so that's not something I could answer. Again, those questions will be more of a Captain Kennedy or a Sheriff's Department question.
But the standard protocol is he on leave until further notice?
Again, that's a specific agency question. I can't really discuss that. That would be a Captain Kennedy question.
Gotcha.
There are multiple businesses in that area, 2 gas stations, a gym. One gas station says that there is surveillance footage available. Is that something that you can release to the media, or?
We can't release any evidence in any of our investigations like that.
And nobody on the law enforcement side was hit, not even shrapnel or anything like that?
No, sir. No one was hit.
And has anyone, I know you mentioned that you believe this started from a domestic incident, has anyone talked to the girlfriend about all this?
I would assume that Hale County has, but that's not, it's out of our jurisdiction, so we haven't talked to anyone down there.
For Hale County, I know too, the initial release said Moundville. Did it start in Moundville, or kind of like where at in Hale County, do you know?
I believe it was actually in the county. I don't think it was in Moundville City, but again, that's something that I'm not 100% sure of.
Hayes, for you two, this going to a grand jury, does these previous accounts actions that happened in Hale County, do they have to be involved in the chase pursuit once it came into the county limits, or is everything looked through the lens of just Tuscaloosa County and what happened there?
I imagine the investigator, our lawyer who's there will ask questions of the investigator, and certainly he'll try to flesh out everything that's relevant to the shooting here. So, yeah, so I imagine it'll start with, so the grand jurors will be aware of how the pursuit started in the first place, and I think that that'll probably be important to their determination.
What kind of weapon did Matherson have on him when he shot?
We don't release those details at this point.
Are you able to say whether it's a handgun or a rifle?
We won't say that at this point, yeah. Sorry.
Is there anything else that you can share with us? Anything that none of us asked that you feel is important?
No, it's all in my statement, so anything you want to ask, go for it.
Are you pleased, before the shooting, are you pleased with how the chase went down in terms of how law enforcement handled everything?
Based on what we know, everything appeared to be handled professionally and handled well. So I feel like they did a good job.
It seemed to be a pretty long chase. I heard someone say it started in Greensboro and it came through Tuscaloosa, ended in Northport. Was there any crashes or accidents or any?
Nothing that I'm aware of. Mm-mm.
Any idea what the top speed was during the height of it?
I don't know the top speed. It was pretty fast.
Fast.
Did the shooting on Bridge Avenue cause any traffic for any long periods of time?
I think Fifth Street was shut down for a while, as was the intersection where Bridge Avenue is. So that did probably cause some traffic issues. That's just one of those things with these kind of investigations that has to take precedence.
I know that you couldn't really pinpoint a time of when you guys got to the body shop, but do you happen to remember if by that point it was daylight out yet, if it was still a little dark?
No, it's still dark. Yes, ma'am.
Can you say what kind of car he was in?
He was in a pickup truck.
Did it have the KC on the back of it?
Yeah, it did.
How many police cars were hit, if they were hit?
About gunfire? I don't think any were. Yeah.
If y'all are done with questions, I want to say a couple things too. Just
Yeah, of course you can.
Look, our role, we're together and we work very closely together and very well together, but our roles are still distinct. And the fact that we're up here together, I mean, I think speaks very well of our local law enforcement, because obviously the people, if there's someone who's, harmed, injured, whatever, killed, while engaging with law enforcement, it does raise legitimate question from the public, and so to have law enforcement, instead of trying to secret things, right, instead engaging from the very beginning, early on about this stuff and inviting scrutiny, I just want to brag about them. That speaks to the leadership, and then also to the training of the officers involved. I mean, you think about the deputies and police officers from different agencies out there, and go to work, expecting to write tickets or whatever, and lo and behold, they wind up in a high-speed chase for dozens of miles. I mean, somebody could have been killed during the pursuit, much less when somebody gets out and starts shooting at them. And to see the professionalism with which our officers act, I just want to commend them and help to reassure the public also, that again, our local law enforcement agencies have done to me, absolutely fantastic job with extreme professionalism. And again, that wouldn't happen without good leadership and good training. So to me, it makes me very proud of what we've got here in Tuscaloosa County.
And I'm so sorry, I have one more question.
Yeah.
Earlier, October 1st this month, the new Back the Blue Act went into effect, which changes the definition of deadly force, or justified force. I don't know how much you know about it, but do you know if that will impact this case at all?
Yeah, I can't imagine anything is gonna, law change would impact what law enforcement was called upon to do here. And I'm not familiar with that, what you're referencing anyways. I don't know. But I can't, no, but it's fine. But I can't imagine it'll have any bearing on this whatsoever. I mean, the question will boil down to, from a legal perspective, was it a justified use of deadly physical force? So that'll be the question the grand jurors have to answer.
I think
Anything
we're
else?
good.
Okay. Thanks, Joe. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
Marty, your cousin Crystal Holman.
Oh, tell her hello.